to the latest episode of the Toy Dungeon SA, and today is a game video of some games that I haven't seen in such a long time, which I really loved and had a good time with when I was young. Now I have them, and so I'm going to exploit them and give unto you my latest gaming video. Enjoy.
Right, so here we have Mutant Fighters. Came out in 1991 by Data East. I'll never forget this game. I think I was about 10 or 11. I definitely saw it with Llewellyn, my buddies at the time, still buddies now. Thomas, I think I saw it with him. That was many moons ago. And still to this day, it means something to me. Really cool picture with the guy standing with the dragon. I think it's Hercules. Not so far from Mayton, there was a small town called Three Rivers, and there was like a strip mall over there where you could go watch movies. There was also a Reggie's toy shop, and around the corner was a little like restaurant and had a arcade of like 5-6 games, and Mutant Fighters was one of them. So now we start the game. You can see you got the computer versus one player, and then the next option is one player versus two player. Very retro. I love the selection of characters in this game. It's totally different and unique. I just wish they would put more emphasis on the characters' names. I mean, the warrior fighter is just called Fighter. Could have been Chad the Fighter, Beast, Dragon. But nonetheless, weird game with a great selection of cast. I just wish somebody would make action figures from these guys. I think if they revamp this game, it could really be a cool game to play. It has got so much potential in my books, and I hope it's not forgotten. And it's been such a long time. I really suck. I really suck at the game because, I think we were much better game players when we were younger. I think PlayStation has spoiled us rotten. I can only get a few of these moves right, so I'm going to be getting a serious ass whipping all the way to the end because the continuous is unlimited, and I really want to finish the game. This game being so old and so retro, it kind of reminds me of like an old school wrestling game, like WWF Superstars. It reminds me more of a wrestling game than a fighting game like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat and that, because it has more of a wrestling type of feel. I really enjoy the stages of this game, but even though it's so old, each stage has its own type of hazard where the stage can harm you in some way. And this is one of the first times I remember a fighting game of those years having something like that. The special moves, I really enjoy the special moves, even though I struggle to pull them off. I have pulled them off a couple of times, but most of the times they're just whipping me, but I'll just eat more and more power with each person that I choose until I get to the last guy. Out of the whole game, I think Fighter is one of my favorites, and definitely Minotaur. Even though I like Werewolf, I just struggle to pull off some of the moves. It also comes to a part of this game where I just got fed up and just gave up for a little bit, and then I carried on a little bit later. That's why you can see what parts are skipped. But nonetheless, I finished it. I like the cast of last bad guys that you have to fight. There are about 3 or 4 of them. I think it's the Hydra. After the Hydra, you get the doppelganger, which turns into you. Next one is some eagle warrior dude. And then the last is the Archmage, which is a real pain in the ass to beat, man. Sometimes it just zaps all your power by just shocking you before you even get up. So yeah. As in this game, there's no like magic or anything. Only when your gauge is filled, you can do a special move. One of my favorite special moves, most probably the Minotaur or Hercules. The others are cool. It's just such a weird game, and going back to it in such a long time is kind of strange and frustrating and cool at the same time. Okay, so I'm kind of fed up of being beat and getting my ass whipped, so I'm going to fast forward the rest of the game almost like a walkthrough, so enjoy.
clocked the game. You won the tournament, now you rule the whole kingdom. Rest for now, brave fighter king, until a new challenger comes. The battle is never ending. So there we go, Mutant Fighters. 29 years ago it was released, and still to this day it means something to me. So I'm glad that I've done this goal of mine to get it out. Hope you enjoyed it. But next on my list is something totally different that also means a lot to me. Actually, I really started going more serious into games because of this game, and it's Street Fighter 2. When that game came out, everyone was hooked, everyone was crazy, everyone was playing games, and everyone was talking about it at school, and I had a couple of friends who were into it. It just started from there, and it's never stopped. And last year I found this, and in this machine is Street Fighter 2. If you have a look there, it's a Super Nintendo Mini, and Super Nintendo was never released in South Africa. I've never seen it. That's why when I saw this at the back of a shop in a steel cage, wasn't even on the shelves, I took it and was marked down next to nothing. And yeah, having a lot of fun with it. It's got a lot of cool games, but the most important for me is the Street Fighter 2. Zelda, I can see that game now and see what everybody on YouTube is talking about. Mario Kart, Super Mario World, there's so many other cool games like Super Metroid, but today I'm going to be playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But I don't really like the turbo system, I just like the straightforward system. So I'm going to play it for you guys. So let's go play some Street Fighter 2, man. So there we go. This is how it looks like in the Super Nintendo Mini. When you plug it in, you got all your lists of games. You got Castlevania, Ghosts and Goblins, you got Super Mario World, Zelda, Contra. But let's go back to Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I'm gonna take normal. Let's start the game just as it is. Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Ionda, Blanca, Sagat, Dalsum, Zangief, M-Bison, Vega, but my favorite's Ken. So the first time I was introduced to this game, I remember coming to school and there was this other guy I knew called Mark, and he told me about his brother, how good he was in this game called Street Fighter 2. And when the first time I saw it, it was at Golf Park place in Mayerton, where a couple of games were outside the supermarket, and we played it there. I'm sure Blanca was everybody's favorite in the beginning, but I don't know, I've got a liking to Ken, and I like his style, even though Ryu or Ru, or however you want to pronounce it, tomato, has got exactly the same moves. I just love Ken. I think he's an awesome character. This game came out the same time as Mutant Fighters, but it's got a total different way of playing. I think this was the first time that if you push down and your strong punch, that it gives an uppercut, which was a forerunner to many games, especially Mortal Kombat, where it's used all the time. My favorite combination of moves is you shoot the fireball, you jump towards him, fly kick or something, and then if you get him, sweep him, do your dragon kick, and then try perform the dragon punch, which is very difficult to do. I remember the one time my one buddy Llewellyn, he got Street Fighter 2 for the 8-bit. We started a thing long ago where we just loved fighting games, no matter how bad they were. It just became our thing. Eternal Champions, Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, Mutant Fighters, Street Fighter 1, and there were a lot of Sega fighting games that we played that I can't even remember anymore. I even remember what my buddy Mark said long ago, certain tips and tricks to beat certain characters. I don't remember all of them, but I remember two. If you want to beat Chun-Li, all you have to do is uppercut her when she jumps. And Zangief, all you have to do is just jump the whole time and hit him when he comes close to you. I'm going to prove those theories a little bit later in the video. So now all I want to say is a big up to my buddy Thomas there in Joburg, who knew I was doing this video on Street Fighter 2, and he sent me this clip. It talks about EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, which was a gaming
book that we used to collect. I know my buddy Llewellyn had lots of them. This one is with Blanca and Chun-Li on the front cover, and I think it came out in 1992, and it talks about a secret character called Shen Long. I've never seen such a thing, and it's awesome. To get that character, you have to finish the game flawless. You're not allowed to hit M. Bison, and it must end in a draw. And then Shen Long comes and you can fight him. It's too much for my liking, but anyway, cool to know this, and thanks to my buddy Thomas who sent this to me. Really cool stuff. For the first time, I never knew there was a secret character in Street Fighter 2. I remember when Reptile came out in Mortal Kombat, that blew my socks off. It was awesome stuff, and I unlocked him there by the carousel between Polokwane and Joburg. I'll never forget it. Lastly, before I go into fast forward mode and give it all to the game for you guys, I'm going to just say that the guys that gave me the most grief, you can say Ryu, Guile, and Sagat. I lost once or twice with M. Bison, but enjoyed it nonetheless. Awesome game. Love playing it again. I suggest you guys give it a shot. And Mutant Fighters, cheers. Till I clock this game. finished the game. Ken! Oh, Belisa. Elisa, what are you doing here? I came here to find you. So we can be together again. So they get married. How romantic. And that's the end of Ken's ending in Street Fighter 2. Till next time, guys. The end.
So there we go. Hope you had a great time to go through all my experiences of me being a kid and all my friends that were with me, that are still with me. Even though we're far apart, we still talk, and I can't wait to see you guys. So yeah, if you like my content, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Till next time. Cheers.